For decades, this mysterious stretch of water is linked to countless strange disappearances. No one has been able to fully explain why so many vessels vanish without a trace in its deep, silent waters. This is the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is an area in the Atlantic Ocean roughly bounded by Miami, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda, covering an estimated 500,000 to 1 million square miles. The term Bermuda Triangle didn't come into use until 1964, when writer Vincent Gaddis coined it for a magazine cover story describing the area's strange disappearances of ships and planes. According to Time magazine, between 1946 and 1991 alone, there were over 100 disappearances reported within this zone. One of the first recorded accounts of unusual activity came from Christopher Columbus during his journey to the Americas. While sailing through the area, Columbus and his crew reported that their ship's compass malfunctioned. The sea became unusually rough, and mysterious lights appeared over the water. At one point, they even claimed to see a fireball flying through the sky before crashing into the sea. In more recent history, on March 4, 1918, the USS Cyclops, one of the U.S. Navy's largest fuel ships, disappeared north of Barbados. Strangely, the ship never sent out a distress signal, and no one aboard answered calls from other nearby vessels. It seemed to simply vanish without a trace. Another incident occurred on December 28, 1948, when a Douglas Dakota DC-3 airplane carrying 26 people disappeared just 50 miles from its destination in Florida. The flight sent out its final radio call to report its position, but was never heard from again. In October 1951, a ship called the Southern Districts disappeared near the Bermuda Triangle. 4 years later, the only piece of evidence ever found was a life preserver that washed ashore in Florida bearing the ship's name. Then, on December 22, 1967, a 23-foot cabin cruiser called the Witchcraft disappeared along with its 2 passengers, one of whom was an experienced sailor named Dan Burak. The boat was considered virtually unsinkable, with flotation devices built into the hull to keep it afloat, even if it flooded. Burak called the Coast Guard for a tow after hitting something in the water, calmly reporting his situation just a mile from Miami Beach. However, when rescue teams arrived, the boat, Burak, and his passenger were gone, never to be seen again. Perhaps the most famous Bermuda Triangle incident is the disappearance of Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, 5 military TBM Avenger torpedo bombers departed Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission. The weather was favorable, and their planes, known as Iron Birds for their durability, were in top condition. After the mission, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, leading the flight, reported that their compasses had malfunctioned and they were completely lost. One of the last transmissions picked up stated, "We can't find west. Everything is wrong. We can't be sure of any direction. Everything looks strange, even the ocean." Their final transmission came minutes later, with the pilot saying, "We can't make out anything. We think we may be about 225 miles northeast of base. It looks like we're entering white water. We're completely lost." A PBM Mariner flying boat was sent to search for Flight 19, but also vanished after sending just one radio message. After a widespread search, the Navy's final report concluded, "We are not even able to make a good guess as to what happened." So, what could explain these disappearances? One theory suggests the Bermuda Triangle is simply a naturally dangerous place. The area is prone to hurricanes, tropical storms, and sudden changes in weather, and it contains some of the ocean's deepest trenches, making it likely that wreckage sinks beyond detection. Scientific research also indicates that disappearances aren't statistically more frequent here than in other heavily traveled ocean regions. Another theory points to magnetic anomalies. The Bermuda Triangle is one of the few places where magnetic north and true north align, which could interfere with compass readings. Some scientists believe that electrical storms and lightning might intensify these magnetic effects, causing navigation and machinery failures. Rare phenomena like ball lightning may also explain the mysterious lights seen throughout history. There are also more speculative theories. Some suggest that those who disappear are taken to Atlantis, the lost ancient civilization, said to have sunk into the sea in a single day. In the 1970s, writer Charles Berlitz hypothesized that Atlantis lies beneath the Bermuda Triangle, and its advanced technology continues to affect ships and planes above. Another theory proposes that the Bermuda Triangle could be a gateway to another dimension, a wormhole or a black hole-like phenomenon, causing distortions in time and space. In the 1970s, pilot Bruce Jernan reported flying through an electronic fog in the triangle. His plane's instruments malfunctioned, and although 40 minutes passed, he arrived in Miami in only a fraction of the expected flight time, as if he had traveled through a shortcut in space. Finally, some believe alien abduction is responsible. There are claims of an underwater Area 51 in the Bahamas where aquatic alien activity occurs. In 2014, passengers on a cruise ship in the Triangle reported seeing a UFO hovering in broad daylight. Despite these theories, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the world's most traveled regions, with most journeys passing through without incident. But for those who believe, the strange disappearances and chilling last transmissions continue to fuel the mystery. If you like mystery animated videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.